Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Well, on another red hot sweltering day here in the UK, I thought I would put a little bit of time into this brand new release. It's just been released today on the PlayStation Store. Now, for those of you with the PlayStation Plus subscription, the new subscription, this is available to download for free. Now, I'm on like the middle subscription. I'm not on like the top tier. I'm on like the middle one, and this was free for me to download and play. I'm not sure if you're on the bottom tier if it's free, but definitely the middle tier and beyond, it will be available for you to download and play right now. So what is Stray then? Well, Stray is, well, essentially, it's like a cat simulator, I suppose. It's a game that I've had my eye on for several months now, mainly because I'm a big fan of cats. As silly as that might sound, I'm sure many of you watching this have got cats. I love cats. I've got two of myself at home. So this has always been quite an appealing idea for a game for me. I don't know why we haven't had more games like this, I suppose. We've had other animal simulators out there, but I can't recall ever playing like a cat simulator before. So it's a really unique idea. And what we've got here, it almost feels like an experience of a game rather than like a full-fledged game here. And the game itself is set in the future. Humans are no longer around, and you start the game at the beginning as like a stray cat. You don't get to choose or customize your cat or anything like that. You're just like a ginger cat hanging around with your pals at the beginning of the game, play fighting, drinking puddles, all that kind of stuff, and then you have a little bit of an accident and you kind of fall off a ledge and end up falling into the big city below. And in this city, it is up to you to kind of traverse your way through the city, avoiding any dangers, and getting a little robotic companion in like a little backpack along the way, who's trying to help you get through this city. Meet the locals, as there are these like humanoid type robots in the city that are kind of completing human tasks or mimicking human tasks, getting on with daily life. So you basically are traversing your way through the game. So this really is, it's almost like a puzzling platform game. Now, generally speaking, that would be definitely not a game that would interest me, but what they've done here quite cleverly is create a game that is, in one sense, a really fun and chilled out experience to play. It's not a challenge to learn how to play. The game handles exactly how you'd expect it to handle. The cat is very, very easy to control, and, you know, hats off to the developers here. They really have created a cat game here where you genuinely do move and feel like a cat. If there's a ledge you can jump up to and there's an X there, you can jump up to it. You can click sofas and rugs, have kips in corners, all this kind of stuff. You could do everything that you would expect a cat to do. It doesn't have any special powers or anything like that. I mean, what you essentially have here is, like I've mentioned, your little robotic pal that slips into a nice little backpack that helps and aids you along the way, and you will try and make your way through the city, solving these small little mysteries and puzzles, and you will pick up certain little collectibles like sheet music. You could collect things like energy drinks, a whole array of things, because all these robotic creatures that are wandering about, initially they're quite scared of you because they've never seen a cat before, generally speaking, but they soon accept you, and you can actually do little tasks and favours for them. So you can kind of, there might be somebody in the city that's looking for sheet music because they want to play some music. So if you've got some sheet music, you hand it over. There might be a market trader that will give you certain things that you might need to help another robot. So you're kind of doing, I suppose you could argue and call them fetch quests, but this is certainly not like an RPG type game or anything like that. It is certainly more akin to an adventure game, a puzzling, platforming adventure game, and it's a very, very simple one at that. It's not going to be a game that's going to task you particularly. You will always pretty much have a good idea of what to do next, where to go next. If you're not clear, then just kind of look above. There'll be ledges and places to go. It's not a difficult game to figure out. There's no complex controls. And from my perspective, it's a really chilled out experience. I think as well, while there's no voice acting and things going on in this game, I do think the sound design is really, really good. It's got this really lovely music playing over it. It's really quite relaxed and unique and memorable music. There is obviously you've got your meows of the cat, and that's the only thing that does sound a little bit dodgy to me now and again. It is some of the meows it does, but it's not exactly unforgivable. And you get some bleeps and bops and things from robots here and there, but generally speaking, there is no voice acting to speak of here. It's all more about the ambience and the sound design in regards to how the game is presented. So, and I think they do a really, really good job with that. Graphically, I think the game is really good. It looks very, very nice. It's not what I would call standout or special, and it certainly isn't going to highlight the power of a PlayStation 5. And you can get this on a PlayStation 4 as well, not just a PlayStation 5. But it does look pretty nice. It's got a really identifiable aesthetic to it. It looks very, very pleasant. It's almost like a cyberpunk type feel to the game, but not really. It certainly doesn't feel dark and gloomy or anything like that. It actually feels quite light and fun in some areas, and the game does allow you to have some fun with it as well. So this game will likely take you, I don't know, about 4.5 to 5.5 hours to complete. It's not a long game at all. It's like I say, it's more of an experience really. But I've been having a pretty good time with this one. It's fun, it's different, it's unique, and sometimes there is a real lack of originality with gaming these days, and so we really can't complain that they've tried to give us something new, different, and if you've got a PlayStation Plus subscription, free as well. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a pretty strong 8 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.